I came to bring the pain.
What's going down, people of YouTube? It's that boy Treezy here, and it's good to be fucking back. Oh man, I mean, after all that Spec Ops The Line shit, Jesus Christ, it's nice to be back on a fast moving, smooth, you know what I mean, third person shooter. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get into Spec Ops The Line too much because this ain't a Spec Ops The Line video, but you know what I'm saying? Let's just, if you compare the gameplay and movement itself, Ghost Recon's like beautiful. But anyway, you know what I mean? Good to be back. Had a few games today. Obviously, as promised, I was doing this PR review for the AN-94, sorry. So let's get into it. So straight away, default, it's a 2-round burst weapon. Now, after, you know what I mean, playing quite a few games with this gun, it has kind of made me realise I'm not a fan of this style of shooting. Now, before you all jump on me, I know you can change the trigger. You can change it to single shot, you can change it to full auto. I gave the full auto a try, which was okay, bit of kick to it, but if I wanted a full auto weapon, then I'd just stick to something like the ACR, you know what I mean? Well, actually no, I wouldn't, because this is actually a team board arc weapon, sorry, so I'm more likely to stick to the AK-47. It has a single shot trigger as well, but again, that's alright, but the ultimate single shot weapon is the 417 in my opinion. Now, first time trying this, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have any tokens left to use, so I was running around with it with a 4 times magnified scope and no bipod. Didn't really good game of decoy actually. Not the usual impressive KD to be honest, but on the teamwork side of things, pretty good. Did die at some critical points though, which were quite annoying. Now, I've stuck to the 2-round burst because that's the way it is originally, so that's the way I'm going to review it. You know what I'm saying? And it's an alright weapon. It's not too bad. Again, not my style, but I think if you like these kind of weapons, if this is your cup of tea, it is a very good weapon for a 2-round burst weapon. But for me, the whole thing of having to press your trigger, you know what I mean, in a different kind of rhythm than you would with a single shot, it's kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. I think, and it's got its own self-control, you know what I mean. Long distance kills, you can be really comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, and compete against snipers and other decent long range rifles. Close quarter battles, blind firing with it is not actually that bad. If you lock onto an enemy from a from like shooting from the hip type thing, it does retain its control, you know what I'm saying. But sometimes, some situations like medium range battles, say someone's running away, someone's running from one side to another, you're trying to line him up and you're trying to tap your trigger as well in the two burst round kind of rhythm. It's quite hard to nail enemies, and it is a strong weapon, but for me, I was averaging like 3 burst, you know what I mean, into one guy who might not have even been looking at me, you know what I'm saying. I think one-on-one, the weapon's pretty solid, but you come into a situation where you've got a couple of enemies to take out, you're spending too much time hitting that trigger on the one guy, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to slate the weapon as it's, you know what I mean, it was the voted weapon from the competition. Overall, it's a good weapon, but for me personally, I'd rather go one way or the other. I'd rather go full auto or single shot, not 2-round burst. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it was 3-round burst, I'd probably mess with it more. 2-round burst, I don't know. I find that awkward territory. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. If you like the burst fire kind of weapons, it is a top weapon. If you don't, I'd give it a miss, to be honest. You know what I mean? And that's about it really. Short, sweet, straight to the point, giving you my honest opinion. I hope you've enjoyed that video, guys, and thank you for watching.